right, best friends, let's jump right into this video. How to start your self-love journey. By the way, I just wanted to dedicate this video. I just wanted to dedicate this video to all my ladies out there who you probably just got out of a really bad relationship. It probably turned physical, or he probably emotionally abused you, made you feel this small, okay? Or maybe you grew up with parents who always talk down to you and you just never experienced true love. And because you never experienced true love, you allow people to mistreat you a lot of times, and you don't know why people feel so comfortable with constantly mistreating you. Well, if you feel this way and you've been feeling this way for a while, today's video, I'm gonna teach you ladies how to take your power back, okay? The whole purpose with starting a self-love journey is so once you are finished healing, once you go through this process, nobody can play with you. Period. Okay? You should not feel this way. And if you do feel this way, I just want to say I get you. I've been there, done that. But I did the work. I sound just like Ayana Van Zandt. How you say her name? Ayana Van Zandt. You know, y'all know Ayana. Y'all know her. But she's right. One thing about Ayana, I'm so sorry for butchering her name. One thing about Ayana is that she's right. When it comes to healing, you have to do the work. You have to do necessary steps in order to become a better version of you. So if you're interested in becoming a better version of you and you want to turn a new leaf and you're tired of feeling this way, baby girl, you clicked on this video for a reason, okay? If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Fella Gang, sis. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's jump right into this video. I'm not even gonna pause. Let's just jump right into it. If you see me looking down, it's because I write it down, okay? I don't get my advice from Google, okay? I get it from here and I get it from here, period, all right? So number one, this is for all my ladies that just got out of a really bad toxic relationship. Sis, this is for you, okay? Number one is do not entertain any guy, okay, for at least 3 to 6 months. A lot of you just came from a domestic situation, or maybe he was emotionally and verbally abusive, all right? You guys break up. And 2 weeks later, your friend is like, oh, you should talk to my friend. I think you guys are really gonna click well because he's really cool and he's nothing like your ex. Girl, you need to talk to him. If you got a friend like that, please take a big hefty trash bag and throw the whole friend away. That's not your real friend, because a real friend is gonna tell you, sis, I'm so happy for you that you got out of that relationship, but right now, I think you need to chill. I think you should just worry about yourself, all right? But a lot of people's not going to tell you. That's why you got your big sis here. The reason why I tell you guys to chill and don't date somebody else right after a relationship is because you done went through something really traumatic, right? You just went through something really traumatic, okay? You haven't really processed this. I feel like a lot of women, the reason why they jump from relationship to relationship is because after a toxic relationship, they quickly jump into another one without doing the necessary healing. I don't know if you guys watch Love and Hip Hop, but Ciara, recently, she had got engaged. And even though she was happy, she ended up breaking off the engagement because, she said it on the show. She was like, honestly, I'm not ready to love. I can't love you the way you want to be loved because I still never got over my first marriage. Because if you watch Love and Hip Hop on the first season, she was married. And then she found out he was sleeping with the worker, the girl that was working at her shop. She found out he was sleeping with the girl at the shop. So she cut things off, as she should, and then quickly got into another relationship, and she got engaged. And then they ended up breaking up, and then she got into another relationship, and, he proposed to her, and she had to break the engagement because she just couldn't show up for him in that situation because she hasn't healed. And I knew it when I watched it. I was happy for her, but I was like, damn, I mean, it's either she heals quick or she hasn't healed, which is really dangerous. You see, when you don't heal from a relationship, a toxic relationship, you're gonna bleed into the next one, okay? I noticed that I couldn't be a good friend. I couldn't be a good friend for a while because I noticed the reason why I kept losing a lot of friends or cutting off a lot of friends is because I would have one best friend that did some messed up things to me, and then I cut her off, and then I meet somebody else who do something crazy, and then by the time I meet the third friend, I'm a shell of myself. I don't pour myself. I'm so guarded. Like, it's almost impossible for me right now. It's impossible for me to have a friendship because you guys seen what I've been through with friends, right? You guys seen it for yourself. You guys seen the fake friends that I had. I even had them on my channel. And, I noticed in order for me to show up in my next friendship and be a really good friend and allow myself to be loved by, another friend, the way I love my friends and I show up for my friends, in order for me to receive them or a new person in my life, I had to do the work. I had to tell myself, like, not everybody is like these other bitches that you was friends with. You can't just put your wall up and then you wonder why, like, nobody calls and checks on you because you put up such a wall and you don't even act like yourself. You're so scared to even hang out and link up with chicks because you automatically think they're going to be fake. You can't go into situations automatically thinking people is fake because it's not going to work out for you. And that's the same thing in my relationships. I noticed that I never healed. Once a guy did me dirty, I just moved on to the next one. And then when I moved on to the next one and there was problems with him, it could be the smallest thing. I'm so triggered because of my ex. I'm so triggered that he may not even meant to do what he did. And I'm so quick to break up with him because it's like, nah, I'm not going to go through anything with you that I could have stayed with my ex for. You guys ever seen that quote on that meme on Instagram? I'm not tolerating anything with a new guy that I could have stayed with my ex for. Yeah, and I couldn't resonate with that quote enough. But you have to understand, not everybody's like your ex. And with that being said, just so that you could start your healing process, don't sleep with nobody. You don't need another man's energy inside of you. Think about it. You've been in a long relationship. You've been giving your body away to this bad energy, this demonic energy. So right now, and how you get rid of, how I get rid of my sexual soul ties is that I just become celibate for a good 3 to 6 months, even sometimes a year, right? A year, so I can fully get rid of my ex completely from my body. And what I mean get rid of my ex from my body is, and this is how you know you got rid of a soul tie, is your body no longer craves him. When he calls you, you feel nothing. Okay? If your ex can call you today and you still feel butterflies and you still in love, you're not ready to date yet. You're only ready to date when you no longer have feelings for your ex. When he can call you, or maybe somebody could send you a picture of him and his new girl and you feel nothing. It's just like, I don't care. It's good he could be with her. As long as he's not bothering me, that's fine. Unless you reach that place, okay, if you could reach a place where your ex no longer affects you, by all means, congratulations, sis, you're ready to date. But you're not ready to date if you break down by the sight of seeing your ex with a new girl, or you hear a story about him, or you see him and you just want to cry and you have knots in your stomach. You're not healed yet. Okay, and it's not fair to the next partner that you meet, because here you find somebody else. Any little mistake they make, you're ready to cut them off. That's not how situations work. If you want a healthy, happy relationship with friends or, a potential spouse, you got to completely heal from your friend and from your man. You got to get to a point where they no longer affect you. A few months ago in my girl talks, when I used to talk about friends, I used to always mention this one friend because I realized I mentioned her a lot because I was so hurt and traumatized by that friendship. Every time I think of a fake friend, she popped in my mind. So I kept talking about it. And I realized in order for me to, heal from that friendship, because no one talks about no one talks about the healing process to when you have a fallout with a friend. It could be just as painful as when you fall out with a guy in a relationship, because just like a man with friends, you devote so much time and energy. You're around this person a lot, and all of a sudden you guys are not cool no more because they did something foul to you. That's a lot for someone to take in. So for me, in order for me to heal, I had to stop talking about her. I blocked her from everything, and I had to look at other women other women that she's not they're not her. I had to look at the guys that I was dealing with, that he's not him. you know, and give people a fair shot. But before you can give people a fair shot, you need a year to yourself. I say 3 to 6 months, but really you need a year to yourself. Once you have, after that year, you're going to feel better. You know, you're not going to have all that hate in your heart. How can you love somebody or have a new friendship with someone when you still have hate in your heart and you're guarded from your last situation? It's not going to work. I'm so sorry for taking so long at number one, but it's so important, you guys. You know, don't entertain nobody. Keep to yourself. This is part of your healing journey. I promise you, your dating life is going to be so much more better. But you can't date nobody with a guarded heart. Everything they do, you're going to have a problem with. Everything they do is going to trigger you. Let's move on to number two. Number two, how to go on a self-love journey. Date yourself for a while. That goes hand in hand with number one. The whole year, while you're abstaining from sex and abstaining from friends, yes, abstaining from friends too. That's another thing. If you just stop talking to a friend, don't just quickly get cool with somebody else. You need time, right? So with that time that you're taking to yourself, I want you to date yourself. You go out, you know, you go out by yourself. You spend a lot of time by yourself, a lot of healing. People don't understand your self-love journey. It's going to be the most loneliest experience of your life. When you go on a self-love journey, you're in isolation, essentially. Like, you're in isolation. And I noticed that anytime I leveled up, before I ever leveled up, God put me in isolation. Meaning, like, before I blew up on YouTube, the only reason why I feel like I even blew up on YouTube, I had no choice. Because when I started my channel, I just got out of a toxic relationship and I had a fallout with my best friend who I thought would be in my life forever. And because I didn't have a man and because I didn't have her in my life and she was just like my everything, I was so traumatized and hurt because I thought she was going to be in my life forever. Because every day I would drink like a bottle of wine a day. Like, it was really bad. Like, I was going through it bad. And I needed something to get my mind off of just thinking about my ex and thinking about the fact that I have no friends. And then that's when Love Your Natural was born. You know, first, you know, I started with one video. Then I started posting once a week. Then I started posting twice a week. Then I realized how much I love being a YouTuber. And I started posting 4 times a week. And I didn't know that by doing that, with that consistency, that I was creating, I was in the midst of my glow up. I didn't know that. I just felt like I needed something to get my mind off of them. And it ended up changing my life completely. Okay, so with this, I want you to use this time to put your focus on something that makes you happy. Put your focus on something that's going to make you money. Like, you know, if you don't have friends right now, you don't have a relationship, and you know how to do some hair, girl, if you don't make your website, okay, if you don't make a new Instagram for your hair and start building up your clientele and start doing hair, it could be one person head you doing a day. That one person is going to go from 2, that 2 is going to go from 3, that 3 is going to go from 4, and before you know it, you done made yourself $100,000 in less than 6 months. Let's talk about it, because these installs costing $300 to $400 and you working on 4 or 5 heads a day, that's like, what, $4,000 or $5,000 a week or more? Imagine in 6 months. So sometimes isolation is necessary for you to glow up. You see, I noticed that not only that I was able to get my mind off of them, you know, by doing my YouTube, but I was able to get my bag up. I was able to get my money up. So I want you to use this time of isolation to focus on getting your bag up, focus on getting your money up, so that when those people come across you that hurt you, they can even get next to you. Because it's like, you done leveled up so much. Because before, you know, when you was in a relationship with them, or maybe when you guys was cool, you had jacked up teeth, you know, you couldn't even afford the good hair, and now a few months later you bump into them and they just shocked. They looking at you like, oh my gosh, like, she looked like a whole goddamn celebrity. Like, what happened? What happens is I went on my self-love journey. I isolated myself. I needed to heal from your ass. And I'm so happy because our fallout allowed me to become the best version of myself. I'm telling you ladies right now, you will never, never become the best version of yourself in a relationship or with friends. I'm sorry to say, I know you guys probably gonna be like, no, that's not true. I don't know about you ladies, but anytime I get in a relationship, that's when I fall off harder. The first thing that goes is my weight. I start gaining a lot of weight. The second thing that goes is my focus. I start losing focus. And then when I have friends, yeah, it's fun. But once again, I'm so distracted by the turn up every week that I'm neglecting my YouTube. I don't have as much passion as I did before. I'm just all over the place. It's a huge waste of time. Honestly, friends and relationship is a huge waste of time. But they won't be, as long as they're a waste of time if they're not trying to do nothing with their life. But if you're around friends that get into the bag, every one of you guys got motion, and you with a man that's, about his money, and you know what I'm saying, then yeah, those are good people around you. Those are people who can motivate you to do better. Yeah. But if you got people around you that's not doing nothing, or you got a boyfriend that all you guys do is go out to eat and have sex, girl, what you doing? That's not gonna help you become a better person. I'm at a point in my life now, in my self-love journey, I love myself so much that I can't just hang around anybody. And some people might think, like, who the hell I think I am? Well, I just know that I spent so many years healing myself. I spent so many years trying to glow up into the best version of myself that I cannot afford to be around the wrong people. Because as much as you have a leadership mentality, as much as you say, oh, I'm not going to be like that, no. I'm telling you right now that I've been around friends who I'm like, well, they could be like that, but it won't turn me into that. And slowly but surely, I started turning into them, and I didn't like that. So because I know that subconsciously we turn into the people that we are around, I watch out for the people that's around me. I make sure that, everybody's on the same level. Everybody's successful. Everybody have a common focus. Like, we could go on a girls trip, but when we come back from that girls trip, we back to making money. We back to being on our shit. That's the type of people I want around me, and that's the type of people you should want around you. Okay? Whew, child. Let's get to number 3. How to go on a self-love journey. Number 3 is, oh my gosh, I just want to put a disclaimer. I'm not trying to convert anybody. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody's religion or think my religion is better than yours. Everything I tell you guys on my channel is what works for me. This is from my experience. And I know it has helped a lot of people too. And that is, if you really want to heal, if you really, really want to get into and tap into your self-love journey, then you have to tap in with God, sis. You got to spend a lot of time with God. I noticed that I stopped looking for validation from other people. I stopped, craving other people's presence in my life. Like, there was a time where I felt really sad about being single. I didn't like being single. I don't like being alone. I like somebody's, I craved companionship. I craved going on dates. I hated like every night sleeping alone. Like, I missed the touch of a man and just being cared about and princess treatment. And that started to mess with me. So I just had to pray to God, like, God, please help me, because I know there's a reason why you're isolating me. I know there's a reason why I'm not in a relationship. I know the reason why I'm not in a relationship, because I know I deserve better. God, please allow me not to settle, because it got really dangerous for me, because I was single for a long time, that the next person that tried to talk to me, I romanticized it. I felt like, I don't really like him like that, but he treats me good. So maybe I should just, maybe I could grow to like him. I could grow to love him. And I noticed that I started settling, and then I end up not liking him, and he turned out to be a complete jerk. And I feel like, damn, I wasted my time. But that's why you have to pray so God can give you that strength to what's that word? Don't crack. I told God, please allow me not to crack. Allow me not to fumble. Please don't allow the devil to make me, to make loneliness allow me to be desperate. Okay, I don't want to be desperate. I know I've been single for a long time, but that defeats the purpose. The reason why you're single is because you want to meet a man that, is up to your standards, right? The whole reason why I'm single is because I was tired of getting played and getting the bare minimum. So if you, break, if you break and say, you know what, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. Like, I miss having a man around, and then you just entertain anybody, then you have to start your self-love journey all over again. You got to heal. You have to go on an unnecessary healing journey for the second or third time, because you didn't trust that God is going to send you that right man. I don't care if it takes me 2 years, 10 years. I'm going to be single until I get someone that matches my love language, that truly appreciates me, and I feel valued. I don't want to sleep with anybody that when I'm putting my clothes on, I feel stupid. I feel used. I don't want to feel like that. I've been there, done that. It's not a good feeling. And I don't want you guys to go through that either. So just Pay attention to what I'm saying and please apply it to your life. I promise you, you're going to be in a better place. And last but not least, oh, this is very important. This is very important for your healing journey, for your self-love journey. I cannot stress this enough, ladies. If something does not serve you, right? Something does not serve you, remove yourself. So if you have friends, because I don't know if you guys know this, but you know it's okay, right? It's natural to outgrow friends. I noticed that I started outgrowing friends. I started even outgrowing certain family. I started outgrowing the guys that I was dating. It was all cool and dandy to go out on dates, have sex and repeat, you know, for me, especially when I didn't have any emotion, when I was like, you know, I was a waitress. I didn't really have any ambitions. It was okay to date guys, and you know, he don't motivate me to be a better woman, because honestly, I was not trying to be a better woman. I was comfortable with the woman I was. But once I noticed that I wanted to elevate, once I noticed that I'm trying to be a millionaire and my mindset changed, that was no longer acceptable to me. I couldn't just be with a guy that had no ambitions or just wanted to go on dates and that's it. I want somebody to be like, okay, you making money, but I want you can make more doing this. You know, stimulate my mind, allow me to grow as a woman. I've never been with a man that allowed me to grow as a woman. I don't know if you guys have dealt with that, but I haven't been with a man that makes me grow. I feel like if anything, I don't grow at all when I'm in a relationship, right? So I say that to say this. I cannot stress this enough. Like, if you go on a girls' night with your friends and you sitting and watching everybody talk and you just like over the conversation and you notice that your friends no longer satisfy you in a way that your friends no longer serve you in a way where you're not growing in that friendship, all your friends want to do is hang out all the time and they're not really doing nothing with their life, you know, there's no shade to them, but you outgrown them. Anytime you feel like you're outgrowing somebody, leave. Stop still hanging out with them. Stop still entertaining that dude because you love them. You can love them from a distance. You don't have to necessarily cut them off, but in order for you to grow, you gotta let these people go out your life. And I noticed that once I started cutting people off that was not serving me and not making me a better person, my life changed drastically. Now they can't even sit next to me. Like, I done glowed up so much. My mindset changed so much that we can't even relate no more. I'm on a different path, you know? And that's pretty much my girl talk on how to have a self-love journey. If you guys watch until this point, please drop a heart emoji. That means a lot to me when you guys watch the whole video. And I hope this was useful for you. Until next time, Bella Gang or No Gang, I love y'all so much. Love you.